여러분 안녕, Ashley입니다. And today we're doing a tarot reading for Miss Eunji from the group Apink. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. We might be here a while, depends how fast we get through it, because girl got a lot. Girl's got a lot going on. And I see a lot of swords in here, which means she's thinking about a lot of stuff. She's got a lot of stuff on her mind. So yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a lot to process and get through. So let's get into the video. Okay, let's get into this reading. Like I said, she's got a lot of cards, so I don't know. We might be here a while, we might not. We'll see how long it takes to get through this. Anyway, first card. Okay. Will o' the Wisps in reverse. Somebody else just got this recently, I think. Ravi, maybe? Anyway. This card indicates false promises, broken promises, fake friends, unreliability. So maybe she's been counting on somebody, or was expecting somebody to step up and they haven't, or somebody promised her something and they've gone back on it. Oh, okay. Unseelie Court. I think Ravi also got this one. This is the one I said I never see, except one, like a couple of times it's come out for me. And I want to say Ravi was the other person that got this, but I really don't ever see this card hardly often. It indicates unexpected change, your life being overturned, kind of like the death card in traditional tarot. It's a sudden and unexpected, unavoidable change. Again, it could indicate broken promises, like this, or just like situations causing her to be frustrated. Yeah, a frustrating situation that might be caused by unreliable people or broken promises could be resulting in a sudden and unexpected change in her life. And this card also can indicate possible new alliances. They might be unstable, a little unsteady because they're new, but it could be because of this situation here where things aren't what they should be. Let's see. Where did I put those cards? Over here. Changeling. Okay. Changeling in reverse, specifically. When it's reversed like this, it indicates, I'll show you by itself, a younger person that might have valuable insight into your situation, whether it's just being able to see it from a different perspective or with new eyes, or they've been through a similar situation. So she should maybe look into some of the people around her that she can trust and confide in, and maybe sit down and talk to. You know, specifically the younger people. Because sometimes that's what you need, just a different perspective to help you process something or work through something, you know? Oh, okay. This card indicates rites of passage. The three women in it indicate birth, death, and marriage. That's usually when it shows up. Now, I'm not saying any of that is happening. That's not what this is. But it indicates to me with the court card here that she's definitely going to be going through a life-changing experience, a sudden change, an unexpected situation that might have a long-lasting effect on the way she lives or the things she does in her life. Okay. The Selkie says to me that she needs to make sure she's maintaining balance and it's not all work, 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 or if she's neglecting her work, you know, vice versa. It's saying she needs to be adaptable, you know, or that she is adaptable to new environments because of change. Sudden changes that you need to be able to adapt to. Yeah. It talks about good coordination, fluidity, movement, taking things as they come, you know? So I think she definitely had a situation that maybe didn't end the way she expected it to, or it's not going the way she expects it to, or maybe people made promises to her that they're going back on, or those situations where, you know, you'll say to somebody, oh, but you said this, and they'll be like, oh, well, I didn't mean it that way, I mean it this way. It could be that, and it'll lead to her maybe seeing things differently or changing something dramatically in her life, and she needs to adapt to it, or she'll make a choice that'll cause, like a cause and effect situation. She'll make a choice that'll trigger something that'll bring a big change to her life, and she needs to be able to adapt and go and move. Okay. Okay. Ostera in reverse is impatience, indecisiveness, restlessness. So, I don't know what Eunji's doing right now, what Apink's doing right now. So maybe she is feeling very restless, like a lot of pent-up energy, like I want to go do this. And there's a lot of people feeling that way now just because of whatever the current situation is where they live. Maybe you're still quarantined, you're still locked down, you can't do that. I don't know what the situation is in Korea because I don't live there. But she could also have a lot of options and she's not sure which one to take, or things that she wants to do and doesn't know what to do first, and she can't make a decision, which I think maybe goes back to Changeling, talking to somebody, maybe somebody younger, who can help you make a decision or help you get your energy out, you know? Oh. Okay. Where is that card at? I said this was similar to the Death card in traditional tarot. It is, but also literally the Grim is. It's in reverse. It came out in reverse for her. This is what it looks like the correct way. And it's basically the same imagery. She's definitely, the fact that I have both of these, she's definitely going to go through a major shift, a major change in her life, like a sudden, she might not even see it coming. She might, because sometimes when Grim comes out in reverse, it means that you have been resisting change, that it is now, it's a belated change. It's been so long that you've resisted and put it off and put it off and put it off, that now it's gonna happen whether you like it or not. Something has to change, and since you're not taking the initiative to do it, the universe is going to do it for you. She definitely has a big change coming. But because she had, which one was it? Oh yeah, again, them too. This can also indicate new alliances, so I don't think it's going to be a bad change. It's going to be a necessary change that she needs to go through to grow as a person, to advance her life, and it's not going to be a bad thing. Because sometimes people freak out when, you know, about change. So, let's see, what do we got? What do we got? The last one for the green deck. We went through these faster than I thought. Okay. Yeah. if it's a major change coming, it's definitely going to be a good one, because this card, what is she called? The Lake Maiden, indicates hidden power at work in your life, like hidden forces, like, you know, depending on what you believe in, if it's like guardian angels or karma or the universe or whatever, you know, just energies of the planet working in your favor. You know, this card says they've got your back. You are guided, you are protected, and you have all the tools you need to achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. So she needs to go through this change. She might have been putting it off and fighting it for a while. But she needs to not be scared, because the universe has got her back and everything's going to be fine, and she is fully equipped with any and every skill and tool that she needs to do whatever it is she wants to do with her life. Alright, next pile. Let's see what we got. Okay, now when I shuffled these, I noticed a lot of swords. And that means the swords have a lot to do with mental clarity, thinking, your mental strength and power. So I'm, like I said in the intro, I'm assuming she's got a lot on her mind. And given the previous pile, yeah, she sure seems like she's got a lot going on. Anyway, Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords indicates, like I said, mental clarity, new ideas, success, breakthroughs, your mind going into expansion mode. And maybe she needs to, because we had that indecisive card, and new ideas here. Maybe she's got a lot going on, and this card can also indicate meditation. So she might need to take some time out, sit in a quiet place, maybe put some like soft music on and just focus on all of her options, all of her ideas, what she wants to do, and see what comes to her on what is the best way to go about any of these things, or what first step she should take. If she has anything she wants to do that has anything to do with communications, what do they consider communication? Broadcasting? Why do I think broadcasting when I think of communications? Is that a thing? I could be very wrong, but I feel like that's a thing. Maybe she wants to do that. Maybe she wants to be like on TV more. Or do something that just requires good communication skills, which again would also be anything on television where you have to speak to people. So maybe that. Maybe she wants to do something like that. Maybe that's one of her options. Do you want to be on a drama? Do you want to host a show? Is that a bird? What the hell? Do you hear that? Okay. Never heard that bird before in my life out there. Oh, see, look, another sword. 3 swords. 3 swords in reverse indicates negative self-talk, and I just threw it. The hell? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have been drinking this coffee all day. Literally, since I got up, I've had this coffee. Probably should switch to water. Throwing cards at you now. Alright, 3 of Swords is about negative self-talk. Now, I am guilty of that. I don't know Eunji well enough. I don't follow Apink closely enough to know their mental health status. But does anybody know if she suffers from some kind of anxiety or depression? Because, like I said, I saw a lot of swords come out, and a lot of them, let me just flip them around. Yeah. A lot of them are ones that can indicate mental health issues, specifically depression and anxiety are mentioned with a few of these cards. You know, she's got the Nine of Swords, she's got the Queen of Swords in reverse, she's got this one, which is not, this one's not really bad, but it's again another card that's about her mental state. The Three of Swords in reverse. Upright, it's usually about like heartache, like the traditional picture is a heart with 3 swords in it. Wait, okay. Alright. The Three of Swords in reverse is telling her that she needs to think on her feelings. Ooh, the meditation card. Ew. Ew. Okay. Yeah, meditate on your feelings and stop with the negative self-talk. As I say, as I just said, I'm guilty of it. But like, do as I say, not as I do, alright? I'm like one of those, what do they call it? After school specials? No. No, those are different things. Anyway, yeah, like, do as I say, not as I do. I'm a bad example, okay? If she's been hurting, now's a good time to start working through it and releasing that pain and trying to be more optimistic. Like, I try, but it's easier said than done, okay? You can try until the cows come home, but if it's not in your nature, it's not going to be at the forefront of your mind. So she might have to put the physical effort in to think about it. You know, like, I sit here in front of you and I seem like a normal person, maybe? I'm not. But, you know, I'm sitting here talking to you like I'm a normal, totally happy, same person. No. And that could be her whenever you see her on stage or on camera or something. But inside she's like, did that sound stupid? That sounds stupid. Don't say that again next time. And like ripping herself apart. I think she needs to meditate. Okay? Get her mind right. Stop worrying so much about what other people think. Which is hard in her job. Because people are always out there voicing opinions like they got the right to. She might be hypersensitive to what other people say. So if she sits on Instagram or Twitter or is scrolling through any of the comments on one of their music videos and she sees something she doesn't like, maybe she focuses a lot on that because, hi, same. But she needs to work on that, you know, like the majority of people. Let's see, what do we got next? Justice in reverse. Justice is all about fairness, obviously justness, truth. Ooh, cause and effect. Didn't I say cause and effect? Didn't I say cause and effect with this first group? Choices she makes will have a cause and effect that, like, cause a change in her life. Ooh. Ooh. Where did it go? Why is it in the back? We're talking about you. This is it, writes it up. It's adorable little blonde girl. Justice in reverse can indicate making an important choice that has long-term effect. I don't want to say consequences because that sounds like bad. Are there good consequences and bad consequences, or are consequences just bad? I should know. But she also reminds you, because, you know, she's got, if you look here, she's got these scales. So she's also about balance. And it reminds you, again, in that cause and effect situation, your choices affect others. So maybe she's got some options, some choices, or decisions to make that will affect others, the other girls in her group, perhaps, because no choice she makes is going to affect anybody more than herself and the other girls in her group. You know, any choice that anyone in a group like that makes affects all of the others. So she definitely has a major change coming, whether she likes it or not. She's been putting it off, but choices that she makes in regards to this change, or how she handles this change, might end up affecting the rest of the group. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, not a sword. Okay. 9 of Wands. I mean, because even she had a sword. I mean, jeez. The 9 of Wands in reverse indicates struggling and feeling overwhelmed, being defensive. Could also mean paranoid, but I don't think so. I think it's... I keep coming back to... Does she have depression? I do. Raise your hand. Everybody does these days, I think. She might find it difficult to keep moving forward to achieve what she wants. She might feel like it's too much and she doesn't know how to handle it. And she might be getting, like, this card. I like this card because it indicates success and breakthroughs and leveling up. So I think that's what's going to happen overall with her. Just like with the Lake Maiden, who also has a freaking sword, by the way. She's got so many swords. Alright. She's got the skills necessary. Everything's gonna be fine. I think she's overwhelmed, like this card indicates. She is overwhelmed by something right now. Whether it's other people, whether it's options, whether it's choices, whether it's this change that she might know is coming, that she's been putting off, and it's overwhelming her. And maybe she's afraid of the cause and effect of that change. What effect that will have on the rest of her life, on her career, and her relationships, or whatever. She might be a little defensive because maybe she doesn't want to talk about it and people keep bringing it up. But everything's going to be fine, so she needs to keep going. I don't think she's stopping. And I don't really think anybody's going to let her stop. Like, I feel like if you're in a group like that, they're like a built-in support system. And maybe talk to somebody younger. Are there girls younger than her in the group? Maybe that's who she needs to talk to. Because they understand her and what she's going through and what their life is like. Let's see. Okay. Queen of Swords in reverse. Sometimes this card in reverse indicates just being a little bit of a bitch. I don't want to say that. Because, like, she doesn't look like that kind of person. But, like, if you're having a bad day, everybody could come across like that. But she might be coming across a little standoffish, a little cold, a little potentially overly emotional. Like she's holding so much in that she's not expressing anything outwards, and then it'll be like you say one wrong thing and then that's it. You know? You have one bad day and you're fine until somebody talks to you, and then it's like, that's it. I hate everybody. Because she's overwhelmed, she could be feeling that right now. Like, you know, I have too much going on. She's trying maybe to sit down and think and process, and somebody comes in and it's like, hey, Lindsay, what's up? Get the fuck out, you know? And then she seems like she's nasty to people. I don't know. But this card could also indicate, which is probably more likely, that she needs to make sure she's making choices with her head rather than her heart. Like I said, swords are all about mental clarity, and she needs to make sure that she's focused and she knows what she wants and how to get there, and that everything is fine, and she's making choices smartly, intelligently, and for the right reasons, and not letting relationships cloud her judgment, because this card can also indicate that. Making sure that she's making choices for herself and not for others. She needs to put herself and her happiness first and not worry about everybody else around her. And that could be part of what's overwhelming her, because she knows her choices have an effect on so many people. Judgment. Okay. She got Judgment next. Judgment is about leveling up. It's about rebirth, your inner calling. Reaching a significant stage in your life. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Reaching a significant stage in your life. Change you might have been putting off and don't want to accept, that's going to happen anyway, because you've reached a significant point in your life that there's no avoiding it anymore. Because you're good to go. You've got everything you need. Ooh, girl. Yeah, she might be one of those people that's naturally avoidant to change. And you can't put it off forever, and it's coming. And she don't like it, I don't think. Or it scares her. This card also indicates opening up to others, sharing your issues with a group. Maybe sit down with the other girls and talk to them. Because all the pieces are coming together. It could involve them, all of these things. These changes could also involve them. It might not just be her individually. I will be doing a group reading. Somebody requested a group reading for Apink as a whole, and that will be in a couple of weeks. I have a few other things I have to do first, so we'll see. Maybe whatever this is has to do with all of them. Let's see. Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is Nine of Swords is the card that literally indicates, okay, my battery died, which is actually really weird. Usually it's my SD card that fills it up, because it only holds about 25 minutes of footage. So, I didn't even let it charge all the way. So, we'll see how long this actually lasts. I might get interrupted again. Anyway, hopefully it lasts. We only have one more pile to do after this last card here. Yeah, so she got the Nine of Swords in reverse, which is the card that indicates depression and anxiety. So with all these sword cards, I wonder, does she, like, I'm not going to assume anybody's mental state, but I don't know. It seems a little bit, maybe she's anxious. Maybe she's got a lot going on and it's making her a little anxious. I don't know. You guys let me know. You guys are very good about that. If I don't know something, you'll very politely tell me. Because I like learning about these groups. And I do enjoy Apink's music. I just don't follow them that closely to know. Also, she might not have even mentioned this. Like, she might not openly speak about having anxiety or depression or anything. But anyway, let's get into this last pile. Keep coming back to this, though. Am I done with this? No. Because the Nine of Swords can also be being too hard on yourself. I'm worried about the camera dying again, so I think I tried to rush it. We're not done here. Yeah, this card is about maybe being hard on yourself. Ooh, the negative thoughts again. She got that a lot, so I'm thinking maybe she's got depression. Cause that's how mine manifests itself. Lots of negative thoughts. That's what depression does. But this card says, and it's in reverse. Maybe you like take some time to identify why you're feeling these things. If there's a source for your depression or a trigger, try and find what it is so you can maybe help counteract it. Me, I've been the way I am since I was about 8. There is no trigger. For me, it's probably like a chemical thing. Some people, they get depression because of things that happen in their life. Some people have it because of like chemical issues. That's probably what I think mine is, because when you're 8, my life was normal. There was no reason for me to be the way that I am. I have more reason now to be the way that I am than I was when I was 8. Yet here we are. I've been this way for my entire life. So hers might be a situational issue or something that came on later in life. So maybe she can process through why she feels that way, and definitely I think maybe talk to somebody. I manage mine on my own. There's no talking to anybody, no medication. No, I was raised in the 90s, nobody talked about that. And I think that, Korea in a lot of ways, South Korea reminds me of America in the 90s a lot. Some things that they do, some behaviors that I see, the fact that mental illness is not something that's openly talked about or acknowledged, really. And you're just starting to see idols and celebrities talking about it. Yeah, maybe she needs to talk to somebody. Yeah, because this card tells you stop putting yourself down. Things are not as bad as they seem. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Knight of Coins. That's good. He indicates hard work, productivity, routine. Everything is going the way it's supposed to be going. So there's really not anything to worry about. You're doing what you need to do. Things are happening the way they're meant to be happening, and you don't need to worry so much. This is another card that talks about imminent change. It talks about, like, it means stick to the path even though you feel imminent change, because you're on the right path. Don't deviate from the path, okay? You might be freaking out. You might be a little scared. It might be making you a little anxious. You might have been putting it off forever to the point where you don't get a choice anymore. It's just happening. So don't deviate from the path, because you're on the right one. Ooh, okay. Six of Coins in reverse. Yeah, this card can indicate whether or not you are investing your energy in the right places. Which comes back to make sure you're on the right path. Like, don't deviate from your path, all right? Put your energy where it belongs. You're making the right choices. You're doing the right things. It can also indicate scattered efforts. Maybe she's trying different things all at the same time that might be kind of off the path a little bit, you know? Yeah, and it just says she has to make sure that she's satisfied with her current progress and where she's at. Which, if she's got the depression, she might not be. It might be great, but she might not think so. Jesus Christ. I don't know if y'all heard all of that noise in the background, but let me just say, I fucking hate people. This is why I don't talk to nobody. Anytime I try to do anything, people start coming out of the woodwork. Like this room is soundproof. You know, there's never been any consideration. Anyway, you see that? Depression's kicking up. Depression's kicking up. Alright, let's see. What were we? Where were we? Did we finish this? Yes. Okay. We're on this one. I got screwed around. Okay. 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Swords in reverse is, again, her inner critic. Negative thoughts, limiting self-beliefs. But it also tells you to be open to new perspectives. Same thing with, like, talking to a younger person, like the Changeling said. Maybe speaking to somebody about how you're feeling, or any options she has, things like that, would really help her out, because I think those thoughts are holding her back, and maybe they've been, and that's why this change is happening now, regardless. Why we got that card that said she maybe had been resisting change for a while. Yeah, this card can indicate becoming more open to change and accepting yourself, and like if you look up the meaning online, it literally will say to you that there's light at the end of the tunnel when you see this card, right? Let's see what the next one is. Oh, she got the Queen of Swords in reverse again. I'm not going to repeat myself, you know, I said it a few minutes ago. But maybe she's holding in a lot, and it's making her maybe come across to others as a little distant, a little cold, maybe a little bit of a bitch. I don't want to say it. That's what the card says. That's what the card says. All right, I don't know. We'll move on from that one, because she got a couple of them repeat though, didn't she? All right, Page of Wands in reverse. It's again about the limiting beliefs, not having faith in yourself, not believing you're capable. Is what I mean when I say limiting beliefs. Like, you believe that you aren't as good as you should be, or as others. that your work is lacking or subpar or whatever. And he indicates, like, when that happens, maybe you should try redirecting your energy and maybe play around with a new idea, right? Because new ideas also come with this card, as I mentioned. So maybe whatever this change is that's coming either stems from a new idea or triggers a new idea that will help her process her emotions and maybe understand herself better and work through some of her negative thoughts, her inner critic, her limiting beliefs, things like that. Knight of Cups in reverse. Overactive imagination is one of the things indicated by this card. The cups are creative energy, and in reverse he indicates that you're maybe spending too much time in a fantasy world instead of allowing your emotions to process. You're just letting them overwhelm you, because the cups are very emotional cards too, and you know, like your cup runneth over with emotion, you know what I mean. He indicates that she might be feeling a little like moody, which could also be that Queen of Swords idea. She could be frustrated, and because of that she retreats into her imagination, or whatever she uses as an escape, whether she reads or watches YouTube videos, that's what I do, or listens to music, watches movies, or whatever, binges things on Netflix, whatever. I do all of those things. Sometimes I do them simultaneously because one thing doesn't cut it anymore. And she might on occasion let her emotions get the better of her. Hermit card. This card is again a light at the end of the tunnel card. You see he's got a lantern. And yeah, like the previous card, which one was it? Had said, is it this one? They both indicate that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Things are going the right way. Things are going to get better. Whatever is on her mind now, whatever's worrying her now, isn't an issue, really. It's all kind of, she's making a mountain out of a molehill. Things aren't as bad as they seem. The Hermit can indicate introspection, looking inside of yourself and be like, okay, why do I feel this way? Why do I act this way? He indicates that maybe you should take some time, you know, like I said, while looking inside yourself, to meditate and reevaluate what it is you want, your current situation. Are you happy? What do you think will make you happy? Will it actually make you happy if you achieved it? And he indicates that, again, like a lot of these cards said, she is at a pivotal point in her life and maybe needs to consider, or is considering, a new direction. And she got so many cards that said that, but all the change cards. Alright, last one. Nine of Wands indicates, and I like this, I like getting this as the last one, this is courage and resilience and persistence, and it tells you keep pushing, right? Keep going towards what you want, because she can do it. She's got all the skills that she needs. Change is coming one way or another, so keep pushing and go with it. You're on the right path. It might be difficult and you might not feel up to it, but you can do it, because she got quite a few 9s, and 9s are indicators that you're almost at the end, because 10s are ends, right? And 9s, you're so close, right? You're so close to the end. You're so close to whatever leveling up is coming, whatever change is coming. And you know, it tells you, the 9 of Wands says that you need to stand strong, because you are strong. And if there's a challenge in front of you, you can meet it. You can overcome it. You have everything that you need. You have people who support you. So you don't have to be afraid. Whatever she's afraid of, whatever causes her depression or anxiety, might not be as bad as she thinks. She's got people on her side with this card. People who support her, people who believe in her. And she just needs to remember to be persistent and be brave. Because you have to be brave to do her job. At least a little bit, you know? Because bravery isn't about not being afraid. It's about, even though you're afraid, you suck it up and do it, you know? And I forget who said it, but there was a celebrity once that said, was asked, are you still nervous when you go to perform? And he said, yes. And when he was asked why, he said, if you're nervous, it means you care. If you're not nervous, you don't care anymore, and you shouldn't be doing it. And I believe that. Every time I sit down in front of a camera, I'm nervous, because I know people are going to see this, because I care about what I'm making for you. And I'm sure she's like that, as many other artists are. But she doesn't have to worry so much. And she has to remember she was brave enough to try in the first place. She was brave enough to keep going this far. She can go even further. Whatever change is coming is going to be full of good things. She doesn't need to be afraid of it. Everything's going to be fine. And I picked one of those rando oracle cards I keep telling you about. She got, I assume it's pronounced the Reed. The Reed, because these are apparently Wiccan cards, just from looking through them, because I don't have a book to reference. I don't even know the name of this deck, but the Reed in Wicca is like the threefold law. Whatever you do, whatever you put out in the world comes back to you threefold. You know, like karma. If you do good things, you get good karma. You know, it's that old saying, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So even if she's, you know, those Queen of Swords cards, maybe sometimes, like, you wouldn't like it if other people were like that to you. I don't think that's really the case. I, for this reading, want to go off of what the word means, which is it Old English or Middle English? I don't know. But the word read it means advice or counsel, and I think that applies to this reading, that she maybe needs to talk things through with somebody, get advice from a younger person, as I mentioned in the first pile. But yeah, definitely maybe talk to somebody about anything. Could, like, it doesn't have to even be like, you know, like a professional, like a doctor. It could be a friend. It could be one of the girls in her group. It could be even the manager, just sit down and be like, I feel overwhelmed. I have this, this, and that going on, and I don't know what to do. Help me make sense of it. Get advice from people who might help you see things differently. That's what I think this is. Especially since the photo here is a girl blindfolded holding two orbs. One's black and one's white. So she could be blindly making a choice, which is never really a good idea. Or she's weighing her options. The darkness could be her fear and anxiety, and the light is just her having fun living her life. So I think, you know, it's always a good idea to seek advice from others who might have a better way of explaining things, you know, or a way you haven't thought of before. Anyway, that is it for Eunji's reading. I have a massive headache now. It happens to me sometimes when I read and I don't know why. But it does. Yeah. Nothing bad is coming her way. I think she's just holding back herself a little bit and is maybe worrying too much about bad things. But good things are coming. Things that are going to level her up and make her a better person. And she doesn't need to be afraid of that. It seems scary because you don't know what's coming. You don't know how it's going to happen, what's happening. You know, at the end of things, how it's going to be. But it's not going to be anything bad. It's all good for Miss Eunji. And I can't wait to see what exactly happens with her. So anyway, if you liked this reading, please feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like. If there's a reading you'd like to see, please let me know. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.